Hello, everyone. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am coming to you today talking to you about what I learned from the movie Harriet Tubman. Now, when you're coming in, do me a few favors. I would love for you to tag and share with your friends. I also would love for you to follow us on all social media platforms. On Instagram, we're Sophisticated Press. On Twitter, we are Sophie Press. On LinkedIn, we're actually under my name, Renetta Gunn Stevens. And then on YouTube, yes, we have a YouTube channel, you all. I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sophisticated Press. And then also you'll be able to see this 30-day live that we did last month. So if you are a good business bestie, please tag and share with your friends. We're going to talk about the movie Harriet Tubman. If you have not seen the movie, shame on you. Make sure you go this week because it is a must-see movie. And I will be very honest and transparent. At first, even myself was like, I'm not going to go see the movie because I heard the story, right? Nah, man. Y'all got to go see this movie. It was so informational and transformational and inspiring. So yes, before we get into it, let me acknowledge Sonya B Fitness is in the house. She is a fitness guru. She's a fitness trainer. She will definitely get you fit for your destiny, just not for the summertime, for your vacation. No, she's going to get you fit for your purpose and fit for your destiny. So connect with Sonya Browley. She's in the comments. And then we have Deanna Browley on here from Relax She's Natural, and she is actually the owner of one of the top 10 natural hair salons in the United States, you all, and that was selected by Essence Magazine. So if you need any hair regimen tips, if you're looking for a way to kind of embrace your natural hair, you want to definitely connect with Deanna Browley, and she'll be more than happy to definitely work with you. So let's talk about this movie. Hey, Lady Rose, CEO and founder of Kingdom Daughters Network. Welcome. We're talking about the movie Harriet Tubman. If you have not seen the movie, go out and get it. I'm going to make sure I don't tell a lot of the movie for those who have not seen it. But I want to just share with you all what I've learned from it because it's fresh in my spirit, in my heart. And I want to make sure that I share it with you all. So if you all follow me, which most of y'all do, you've seen that we was with Eric Thomas this weekend. He just loved on us and served us this weekend, literally. And okay, good. Lady Rose says she's going today or tomorrow, so I won't give you bits and bits of a lot of it. But I'm going to just talk about what I learned, the lessons, right? And I encourage you all, when you go see it, do it live and share your lessons. And so we was with Eric Thomas this weekend. He bought out the whole theater for us to see it, and that in itself was such a monumental moment in my life, to be watching a movie with Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher, the #1 motivational speaker in the world. But we watched the movie, and one of the lessons that I learned was sometimes in life, hey mom, my mom is on here, hey mama, love you to bits and pieces, love you to life. And what we learned was, the first lesson was this: we've been taught, like in life, you have to live with the cards you've been dealt, right? Whatever hand you've been dealt with, you got to live with it. But how many of you know, I have a new thinking about that. If you've been dealt a bad hand of cards, it's okay to give them cards back. Harriet Tubman was dealt this cards of slavery over her life, right? And she could have had that mentality of, these are the cards I've been dealt with, so I'm just going to be a slave for the rest of my life. Because you all heard that saying, the cards that you have been dealt with, you just got to play with the cards you've been dealt with. But not Harriet. Harriet did not want to play with the cards that she had been dealing with. Hey, Alice. She did not want to deal with those cards. So guess what Harriet Tubman did, you all? We all know the story. She gave the cards back and said, no, I don't want those cards. Give me a new set of cards to deal with in life. Give me a new set of cards. I don't want the cards of slavery. I don't want the cards of bondage. I don't want the cards of not being able to go and walk as I please and eat when I please and sing as I please and sleep when I please. I don't want these cards. And she gave it back, you all. And in order for her to do that, she had to really get tired of her situation, and she had to not be comfortable with the dysfunction that was in her life, because I'm a true witness that sometimes dysfunction in your life can become so normal that if you're not careful, you won't be tired of the dysfunction. If you're not careful, the dysfunction will be your closest friend, because that's what's been with you for so long in your life. The discomfort becomes your comfort, and you'll be like, what? This normal. And everybody else around you'll be like, no, it's not normal. And that's how Harriet was. Everybody around her was okay with being a slave. They was okay with the dysfunction of the slave system. And she was like, no, you all, this is not normal. This is not normal to be in bondage. So that was the first lesson that I learned, that you can give your cards back that's been dealt to you and say, hey, I want a new car. I need a new hand. Hey, dealer, I need a new hand. The second thing that I learned from Harriet was, it is so important to not discredit or disvalue the relationship with God. Here's a woman, you all. That's why I love God so much. And I thank God that he waited for me, and that he brought me into his bosom. Because here's a woman who, first of all, she's a woman. She's an African American woman. She's a slave. And she had the audacity to have her own relationship with God, even though it was church every Sunday on the plantation. Don't get it twisted. And even though you go to church every Sunday, you still need your own personal relationship with God, because it was not the pastor that she went to church with every Sunday that helped her get through all of the passages. No, it was God, you all, and it was her personal relationship with God. And so that was the second lesson. Your relationship with God is so important, because listen, God gave you your purpose, not your pastor. So yes, you need a covering. You need a pastor. That's not what I'm saying. But your pastor can only tell you so much about your purpose. You better hear what I'm telling you. Your pastor didn't give you your purpose, so your pastor can't tell you A, B, C, and D, the coordinates of your destiny. Let me say that again. Your pastor, you need a covering. But your pastor did not give you your destiny, your purpose. So your pastor don't know all of the coordinates of your future and of your destiny. And that is why you need a relationship with God, because it was God who was the GPS to her to get through the woods, y'all. See, black folks, we really don't know the woods because we don't do a lot of camping, most of us. But I had to really think about that thing. In the woods, it's animals, it's bears, it's all type of stuff that I really don't know, because I don't go in the woods. The mosquitoes alone keep me out the woods. I'll just be honest. But it was God who helped her get through the woods and navigate through the woods. And then Harriet would have blackouts. So you mean to tell me you a runaway slave? Let's break this thing down, y'all. You a runaway slave. God is your GPS system. Only God. God is using the stars and the moons and the rivers and all the elements and the beauty that he created. And then you got the nerve to have this blackout in you. So now you just in the middle of the woods laying down. Ain't no snake bit you. Ain't no wolf walked up on you. Ain't no nothing, because now his angels just was around Harriet protecting her while she had the blackout. What? Are y'all really? And we got the nerve to go through every day in life and not consulting with God, when this is the type of God that we have in our life, that will have us black out in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the wilderness, in the middle of the woods, and he will make sure that don't nobody hurt us, don't no animal hurt us, don't no tree fall on us in the middle of the woods. Wow, you all, this movie was so good, because it really showed you the power and the protection that comes with being a child of the Most High God. You better hear what I'm telling you. Don't you value no other relationship higher than the relationship with God. Yes, my mom said, God said, you take one step, I'll take two. Absolutely. Harriet took one step and God took two steps to make sure that while she was going through the passage to freedom, that she was safe. Even in her blackouts, she was safe. So that's the second lesson that I learned from this movie, is that your relationship with God is so important and vital to your next level, to your land of freedom. Now listen, after this baby then got free, she wasn't selfish. Cause she could have said, woo, I made it. Thank you, Lord. Lord, you so worthy. Thank you. You is a good God. You a faithful God. She could have left it at that. But no, she said, I'm going back. Now that I done tasted this freedom, I want everybody to feel this freedom. I want all my family to feel this freedom. And that was the third lesson. Your freedom and your destiny and your purpose that God has for you, it's not just for you. It's for when you get there to then go back and get the same people that was in the same bondage that he just brought you through. It's for you to go back and get them. So my question to you is, what has God delivered you from and took you to the freedom land that you need to go back and get the people that's still dealing with that bondage? For me, my purpose was, God showed me how to write books, how to publish books, and how books changed my life. Because make no mistake about it, books changed my life. I was able to be with Eric Thomas over the weekend because books changed my life. I was able to be with Eric Thomas because of my family, because of my lovely mom, because of what she instilled, because she taught me about Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you all, when you make it, do not forget and go back and get some more people. It's not just for you and your family. It's for you to go back and get your nation that God has assigned you to. All of us have a nation that God has assigned us to. And so don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Remember others and help them to overcome the fear. Help them to get out of the bondage that God has gotten you out of. Help them to get out of that bondage. And then this was the last thing, that because you all just got to go see it because there's so many lessons in the movie. We'll be here all day. The last lesson that I'm going to share that I learned, you all, was this. Nothing is too hard. It just requires too much focus, and you don't want to invest in the focus. Because Harriet had to do so much, and she didn't have the comfort that we had, like a home that had cushion and all these novelties. She didn't have no Air Jordans on her foot, no comfortable Skechers with the memory foam shoes in it, consoles in her shoes. She didn't have no memory foam shoes. She didn't have no goose down jacket. She didn't have no Chick-fil-A to stop at. No. She didn't have none of that. She had a bag of potatoes in a sack. And she had on her rags. And she didn't say it was too hard. She did not say it was too hard. She said, I got to go to freedom, and then when I come back, I'm still going back with my rags, with my shoes that probably was low class because she was a slave. Right? So I left that movie saying, no longer will I say something is too hard. It's not too hard. It just requires too much focus, and you're not really to invest in the focus. Nothing is too hard. For God said that for with man it's impossible, but with God nothing is impossible. So get it's too hard out of your vocabulary. Get it's too hard out of your mind. Get it's too hard out of your heart. And ask God to give you the capacity to focus, the capacity to network, the capacity to have compassion for the people and for your legacy and for your freedom. And you work for it and you go for it, because too hard was not in Harriet Tubman mentality. It was not in her spirit. Yes, it's hard to run away from your slave. Yes, it's hard to be a woman because I can get raped in the woods. I can get killed in the woods. Yes, I ain't never been this way before, so I don't know where I'm going. She ain't know where she was going. She ain't know where she was going, people. Some of you all want to know the address before you leave out your door. God ain't going to give you the address all the time. He just going to say go. He not going to give you everything. Right? Because if he gave you everything, there's no faith required. Stop wanting the whole recipe before you start making the cake. Stop it. God does not work like that, you all. I promise you, everything I do, I never know how it's going to end up. But I just commit and I say, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I got to get there. And I just get to, if I have to ask for help, I ask for help. If I got to, just get in my car and start driving and don't know how I'm going to fill up my tank, I just get in my car and start driving. But why? Because it makes God proud to show himself godly to me and to you. But when you don't leave because you don't know what the next step is, you're telling God, I don't trust you. I don't trust you that you can take care of me. So I'm going to wait until, when is that? Every 2 weeks I get paid. So by, that's what I'm saying. That's what people say because I don't work. Praise to God. No glory to me. But what we'll do is we'll say, okay, so I get paid on the 5th, then on the 12th, then on the 25th. And in about 3 months, I'll be ready to do it. But God, no, I told you to just start today. That's it. Just start today. And I'm going to find a way to get it to you. Right? That's what makes faith become activated when we move and don't know. It's in the Bible. He told Abraham, go to a place that I'm going to show you. He didn't say, go to 155 North Main Street. Abraham didn't know where he was going. He said, go to a place I'm going to show you. In order for Abraham to find that place that God was going to show him, he just had to go. He just had to collect his family and go. Collect his things and get out of his father's house and go. So go see the movie, you all. But when you go see it, I want you to pull from Harriet the lessons that God has for you to pull. Because I'm telling you, there's more out there for us. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be hard. But you have some things that God has planned for you. And it's going to require you to be scared. And it's going to require you to be scared and do it anyway. Harriet was scared, but she knew that she needed life as a free woman or death as a free woman, but she knew she had to get free. And it's time for us to get free, you all. So that's what I have for you today. I love you all so much. We definitely are available to publish your books. If you got a story you want to tell, if you want to get your genius out, your experiences out in a book, we want you to go to sophisticatedpress.com and register if you can afford it. Listen, we're driving big. Our finance application where you can finance your manuscript. Fill out the finance application. I just say if you want to fill it out for at least $3,000, that'll cover all of your publishing and get cover for your book. And let me tell you something about this $3,000, because this is the other thing. We have to start valuing ourselves, you all. And we have to not put more value on a car, and we're willing to pay $5,000 and $10,000 on a car, but not willing to pay $5,000 or $10,000 on ourselves. You're worth it. We spend that type of money on things, on trips. We spend that type of money on houses. But when it comes time to our self-development and us creating something that's going to bring us a return of interest that our kids will be able to live off of when they get older, we choke up and we say $3,000, that's too much money. No, that's not too much money, because you're worth more. And I need you to tell yourself that I'm worth $3,000. I'm worth so much that God sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for me. Now imagine that. I need to tell you all that, because a lot of you all, you're not moving in life because what it costs for you to move in life, you think you're not worth it, so you don't do it. And I'm telling you, you're worth it. Even on your job, they pay you probably $20,000 to $50,000 or even more. Why? Because they know you're worth it. You're the only one who think you're not worth it, so you won't pay the money for yourself. Fill out the application, you all. Fill out the application. Get approved. Do at least $3,000 to $5,000. That way you have all of the destinations. You have all of your coverage. And then let me know when you get approved, and let's work together, okay? Well, you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. We love you, love you, love you so much with the love of Jesus Christ. We're so proud of you, and we know you can do it. And we shall talk to you soon.